So recently I posted a video about 6 days ago about how ICE agents should no longer help out blue cities and blue states, well, actually sanctuary cities and sanctuary cities and sanctuary states. Now, I made a suggestion that he should cut funding or either ship them all over there and let them fend for themselves. Well, recently Trump just posted a statement on Truth Social in regards to something similar to that. Maybe I should work for the president. So let's check it out together.
Update that just came out on social media from President Trump. This is via his Truth Social site. Putting this up on your screen now. This is on President Trump now speaking out on some of the anti-ICE protests happening across the country, saying this, quote, "I have instructed Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem that under no circumstances are we going to participate in various poorly run Democrat cities with regard to their protests and or riots until they ask for help. We will, however, guard, and very powerfully so, any and all federal buildings that are being attacked by these highly paid lunatics, agitators, and insurrectionists. Please be aware that I have instructed ICE and or Border Patrol to be very forceful in this protection of federal government property." This goes on to say, "There will be no spitting in the faces of our officers. There will be no punching or kicking the headlights of our cars. And there will be no rock or brick throwing at our vehicles or at our patriot warriors. If there is, those people will suffer an equal or more consequence. In the meantime, by a copy of this statement, I am informing local governments, as I did in Los Angeles when they were rioting at the end of the Biden term, that you must protect your own state and local property. In addition, it is your obligation to also protect our federal property, buildings, parks, and everything else. We are there to protect federal property only as a backup, and that is a local and state responsibility to do so." The statement goes on to say that last night in Eugene, Oregon, these criminals broke into a federal building and did great damage, also scaring and harassing the hardworking employees. Local police did nothing in order to stop it. We will not let that happen anymore. If local governments are unable to handle the insurrectionists, agitators, and anarchists, we will immediately go to the location where there is such help requested and take care of the situation very easily and methodically, just as we did in the Los Angeles riots 1 year ago, where the police chief said that, quote, "We couldn't have done it without the help of the federal government," end quote. Lastly, President Trump's statement says, "Therefore, to all complaining local governments, governors, and mayors, let us know when you are ready, and we will be there. But before we do so, you must use the word please. Remember that I stated in the strongest of language to beware. ICE, Border Patrol, or if necessary, our military will be extremely powerful and tough in the protection of our federal property. We will not allow our courthouses, federal buildings, or anything else under our protection to be damaged in any way, shape, or form. I was elected on a policy of border control, which has now been perfected, national security, and law and order. That's what America wants, and that's what America is getting. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Again, that was the very lengthy statement that President...
Now, there you have it. In other words, Trump is trying to say, you done fucked around, now you gotta find out. Now, this incident I'm gonna show you strictly because the Democrats are lying to you when they're saying that Renee Good or Alex Pretty were innocent victims and it just came out of nowhere. That ICE is just randomly unaliving people. Well, this incident has been a snowball effect. This incidents have been a result of a snowball effect, which has been happening ever since Trump first got into office. These ICE agents have been harassed and targeted. I thought it was a joke when they were talking about that the ICE agents, that the incidents involving ICE agents being harassed and threatened were up over 1,000%. But these ICE agents have been pew-pewed at. They've been harassed. They've received death threats from not only them, but for their families and their children as well. We've seen unaliving attempts with Donald Trump multiple times. We've seen a successful unaliving of Charlie Kirk. So this rhetoric and this violence has been going on. It's been a snowball effect. And the Democrats are going to lie to you and say that they did nothing to deserve a Renee Good or Alex Pretty. Well, let me show you this video really quick.
John Dickerson. Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois. John Dickerson is off tonight. In the many shootings with multiple victims this country has seen over the years, motive is often not clear. But in the deadly shooting yesterday at an ICE facility in Dallas, the FBI says the gunman left handwritten notes that provide clues. The Bureau says the gunman hated the federal government and wanted to terrorize and kill ICE agents. No agents were shot in the attack, but 3 immigrant detainees were. 1 died. The 2 others are in critical condition. Omar Villafranca is in Dallas once again tonight. Omar?
Investigators found a ladder they say the suspect used to get to the top of a building, and that's where they say that he used a legally purchased rifle and started shooting. And we're also learning chilling details on how he felt about ICE agents.
Jan specifically intended to kill ICE agents. He fired at transport vehicles carrying ICE personnel, federal agents, and detainees.
The FBI says 29-year-old Joshua Yan mapped out Wednesday morning's ambush on a Dallas ICE facility with a high degree of pre-attack planning, from internet searches of Dallas County DHS buildings to ballistics and apps that track the presence of ICE agents.
Now, I'm not going to play the pew-pew shots because I don't know the guidelines of TikTok, but there you have it. This incident was 4 months ago, way before Alex Pretty or Renee Good. So once again, I would like to reiterate, don't believe the lie that this has come out of nowhere. This has been a long time coming, and these agents have had enough, and they finally start to fight back because they were too afraid of fear that this was going to happen. As soon as they start fighting back, just like that high school bully, you're going to start playing the victim. You get bullied and bullied and bullied all day long, and then when you finally fight back against that high school bully, what's that first reaction? Oh my God. Oh, I can't believe they did that to me. Same concept goes with the Democrats. Now, once again, this was in Dallas 4 months ago. Check this incident out that happened 2 months ago in Chicago.
Turning back to that breaking news out of Chicago, Customs and Border Protection says agents were shot at while conducting an immigration enforcement operation earlier today. Cameras from our Fox affiliate were there in the aftermath of the shooting. That's the video currently on your screen. There have been weeks of tension in Chicago over the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration, amid a legal battle over whether the White House can send the National Guard there. Former acting ICE Director Jonathan Fahey is with us. Jonathan, so a black Jeep apparently speeds by a bunch of ICE officers. Shots are fired and the Jeep speeds off. What's your reaction?
You know, I want to say it would be shocking or something else, but I feel like with all of this rhetoric and all this what's been going on in the last several months with this rhetoric, political rhetoric, directed at ICE agents, directed at CBP, it's not surprising that the level of violence against them has risen, and something like this, and even something worse than this, are bound to happen because of the rhetoric. And the unfortunate thing is that these ICE agents are simply doing a job that...
Now, let me stop that there, because as you can see, the same thing that we've been trying to tell you about, we've been trying to warn you about, that this is going to do nothing but escalate if it's not addressed, and it wasn't addressed. Not only was it ignored and swept under the rug, but the rhetoric was pumped up by these radical leftists. And now, after 2 months after this incident, you have a Renee Good and an Alex Pretty. And you also have the Democrats lying to you once again, claiming that this is out of nowhere and these people are innocent. This has been a snowball effect once again. This was bound to happen. And Trump is doing the right thing once again. And I wanted to show you this to get ahead of these lying-ass Democrats, because they're going to use his current statement as more ammunition for their wild-ass rhetoric. Stay vigilant, stay focused, don't let them win. God bless you.